Live from Alachua. We are here and ready to rock and roll. I love our new intro. It's fast, it's quick, and it's awesome. So that's why you got to use Fiesta Media, period, because these guys know how to produce good quality work and and they do their best to make me look like I halfway know what I'm doing. And so you got to contact Fiesta Media, Elio. If you want to have your own show, get on it. Call him. You got to do it. That's my shameless plug to him that he doesn't know that I try to do for him. Totally unsolicited. So, and of course, we've got to mention the Alachua Chamber of Commerce, who brings this show to you every week, as well as Digital Mortgage Guy and the Alachua Optimist Club. Today, unfortunately, I forgot my Miapa coffee, so I'm struggling. Normally, I have to be able to, I can hold it up, so I have to pretend. I was over at Tech City late last night, so I needed that today. So we already, I mean, look at this. He is on point. See, Elio produces the show. He's like, dude, you got to get right to what you're supposed to talk about. So we got to do our Optimist quote of the day, or of the week, actually. And these quotes are of the Optimist Creed. There's 10 tenets that we go by in the Optimist Club, and this is another one, as we have a little smiley dog there talking about wearing a cheerful countenance at all times and give every living creature you meet a smile. The beauty of being in the Optimist Club is we think about being positive at all times. Even when you start to get negative, you start thinking about the Optimist Creed and it brings you back. This is a great club and it's a great organization. If you want to be involved, reach out to us because we'd love to get you involved with what we're doing. We're growing it fast. And as a matter of fact, we'll roll into the next thing. The Optimist Club is actually going to be bringing the Kids Zone at the MAM Music Fest, which is this weekend, and Alachua. We'll pull that up next. And so right here at Legacy Park, let me see if I get my angling right. Here we go. So at Legacy Park, they have the music festival, and they're doing jazz, Latin, and acoustic this weekend. Starting tomorrow night, they're going to have a movie night starting at 7 p.m. If you go out there, there's going to have a movie. They're going to have popcorn. They'll have some food out there. That's going to be a great start to your weekend. And then if you go into Saturday, starting at 11 a.m., the music kicks off. The Kids Zone for the Optimist Club is there. It's going to have a bounce house that's provided by Jumping Jacks in Alachua. Miapa's, we have Miapa gift cards to give away. And we also have little giveaways for the kids. They'll be able to spin wheel and they get little free stuff. They'll also have a disc golf basket that they can throw disc golf to. There's going to be cornhole there. There's going to be coloring. So lots of things for the kids to do while you can let them play and enjoy. And then you can go listen to these awesome music going on all day long. It's from 11 to 7, I believe. It may even go later than that. But the Kids Zone's 11 to 6. So come check it out. And then it's on Sunday too. So Sunday, 11 to 6. So all weekend, you have stuff to do in Alachua at the MAM Music Festival. It's huge. It's going to be a big event. But I don't think it's going to be, it's so spread out and so nice and elbow room there. You're not going to be overcrowded. So get there. It's free and you're going to have a ball. So, that's another one of the things that the Optimist Club is doing is helping support this event. The city of Alachua is bringing it to you. Lots going on in Alachua. So as we're talking about Alachua, let's bring up our next guest. So our next guest has actually been involved in our community for a long period of time. We're going to talk about that. Gary KOCHER. He is running for the Alachua City Commission seat number 5, which has been vacated by Gary Hardacre. And I wanted to bring you on because I thought some people needed to get to know you better about what you've been doing in this community, because you've been here for a while and you've been involved in so much. So I just wanted to bring you on. Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I mean, we did a live a long time. You were my first live show that I did on the StreamYard kind of thing.
Yes.
And we had a really bad internet connection. So the whole show is
Exactly.
Yeah, the whole show.
So I figured out that where I was sitting in my house,
Mhm.
it just gets horrible internet. Just horrible internet. So based on that one show, I know never to sit in there and do anything live, no Zoom calls, no nothing. So
yeah, that's that one.
appreciate that.
Yeah, we learned.
We did.
We learned because I didn't really know until we looked at the recording later, and it was like I can't hear any of this thing. It's still out there on YouTube. I haven't taken it down. I meant to take that down. Probably leave it up as the intro into live streaming. And I tell people, if you want to get into getting in video, just got to start. And that's an example. Just got to start. You just got to do it. You never know how it's going to go and how it's going to roll.
And look at you now.
Yeah, I got Elio is making me look like we got a good show going. Like we have, our one follower.
That's what we do, man. That's what we do. So these bright lights are mighty.
Oh yeah,
I like them.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, when did you move to Alachua?
We moved to. So back up, I lived up in Atlanta, and then I moved down to Orlando, Florida, with the law firm I worked for, and met my now wife, and she actually had a job opportunity here in Gainesville. So she came up here looking for different places to live, and started off kind of near Newberry Road, and rent's pretty high. And we're kind of struggling there for a little bit to find where it is we want to live. We had a 6-month-old baby girl, and Abby, I'm a little girl. She just happened to drive up the interstate a little bit and found exit 399, and the first thing she saw was there was a Sonny's barbecue right off the exit. And kind of backstory, I worked for Sonny's for a long time when I was younger, and I love Sonny's barbecue. So she's like, this is great. And we found a house and bought it, and it's been our home. And that was in January of 2015.
Wow. So I didn't know that about Sonny's, actually. That just threw me sideways. I was like, no wonder you like Sonny's so much. I know you like Sonny's, but I didn't know you were.
I was 14 years old when I started working at Sonny's in Valdosta with a work permit. And I worked through high school and even beyond a little bit. I managed Tallahassee store and Warner Robins, Georgia.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know all that. Yeah, I mean, the Sonny's in Alachua is good. I like the food there.
Makes sense why I go there almost every.
Yeah, I know.
And that's my Sonny's plug. So Sonny's, thank you.
Yeah,
you're welcome at the same time.
They're good. There's good food. The kids love it. We go there. All right, so shifting back. Sorry, I got on the Sonny's tangents there, so starting to get hungry.
We happen to do that sometimes.
Yeah,
this isn't our first rodeo.
No, we swing. we gotta keep focused because we got the 30 minutes that will all be cut off. So, all right, so you get there in 2015. Mm-hmm. You land in the area, and the first thing you do is you start getting involved in the community.
Yeah, so I own this little nickel and dime DJ business, and had some fairly good success in Orlando, and right when things were getting good, I packed it up and moved to a brand new place. So I was looking for people and businesses to network with, and I had met Kelly Harris and joined the Alachua Business League.
Yeah, and
that is actually how everything started. So when Abigail, when she was born, she was with me. I mean, every single day from the first day up until she turned 2 years old. And when she turned 2 years old, my wife said, you got to put her in school. I said, well, what am I going to do?
I don't want to do that.
I know.
Stay home with me.
Yeah. I mean, this is my girl. We've been together. We're inseparable. So that created this big void. I'm like, what now what do I do? Because I work nights, so I've got all day to do kind of whatever. And that's where it really started. I got involved with the ABL, and then we got involved with the festivals. And I did have the opportunity to join the board and be president for a year, so I did that. And after 4, 5, 6 festivals and kind of running that, I said, okay, well, it's just time to move on and try something else because, as well as I do, you start getting involved with something. Somebody says, "Hey, do you want to get involved in this?" And you're like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And that's how
you get roped in.
Yeah, which isn't a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. Somebody told me busy people have a hard time saying no.
Yeah, you have to balance out. You kind of work on an essentialist mindset of like, okay, certain things I have to just, in order to do well at this one, I've got to be able to say no to this one. But
correct.
But the ABL does a great festival every year.
Oh,
I mean, it's huge in our downtown area, and so that's an ordeal, a huge undertaking in itself. So doing that was a massive undertaking. Then you're moving to the next step.
Yeah, and then just kind of trying to point them in a good direction and keep them successful. And like you said, the festivals. 6-7 month undertaking on its own. And
Yeah.
luckily with the volunteers and everything, and everything worked out good. So very proud of that. And it was already established before I even came along. So
Yeah.
but we look for different ideas and different things to do, and we had vendors from all over the place. Georgia, we come down. So
Yeah, it's a big deal. And then from there, you've been involved in just a multitude of different things. I mean, from fostering children, adopting one, Shane, which I wish we had some video of Shane at baseball.
Yeah, oh gosh, that's in the whole.
So we have a little league. We coach a little league together, and a t-ball, and we should have done some B-reel on that, because it is herding cats is the best way to say it.
Yeah, I've never laughed so hard. It's hard to keep a straight face sometimes. These children, they're amazing, and you're talking 4, 5, 6-year-olds, and they all have their own personalities, and it's
oh my gosh,
it's
there's nothing like watching a t-baller hit the ball and then run to second base,
Yes.
straight through the pitcher's mound.
yes.
And then having another t-baller run into home plate and the ball's rolling back, and then she decides to pick up the ball to give to the catcher to get her out. It's just,
You can't make
it
this
is
stuff up,
awesome.
man.
I mean, if you want entertainment, you need to coach t-ball.
Correct.
Coach t-ball, and it will brighten your day. Don't take it serious.
Yes.
But it's not professional. But if you want to have fun, get t-ball. So shifted back. Sorry, we're off track again. So you're
So you mentioned the fostering thing. So we actually started the process when we lived in Orlando, and I had left my job at the law firm, and so we decided to kind of hang tight, kind of see what was going to go on. In the meantime, we actually hosted 3 foreign exchange students. So we had a young man from Germany. We had a young lady from Brazil, and the other countries coming out of my head. I can't think of it, but that was an experience. That was, for them to come over here. Of course, they see everything on internet, social media, and so that was a really cool experience. So when we got here, we decided to go ahead and finish doing our classes, which we did. And I'll tell you one thing about being a foster parent: the second you get licensed, your phone is blowing up.
Yeah, that's the tough part. I mean, these kids, and these are some things that I really felt why I wanted you to get you on the show, because running for the commission seat, you represent the people, and that's your job, is to represent the people, to talk to the city as a representation. And you've been involved in a lot of things, and so you've got your finger on the pulse of what's going on in the city. You've been on Parks and Rec board. You've been on the Wild Spaces board. I mean, you've been chairman of the Parks and Rec.
Yeah, did chair for a year, vice chair for the Citizens Advisory Board for the Wild Spaces Public Places Initiative. So, we make sure that all the municipalities are spending your tax dollars as, written in the initiative, which is a great board. There's a lot of great people on there, and, it's fun. I enjoyed it. I've done that for 3, this is coming up on my 4th year, because it's a 4-year term.
Yeah, so I mean, these are things that I've seen you do, that, because we're neighbors, full disclosure.
Yeah.
A couple of houses down. And but the things that I've seen you involved. And so, like, when I look for someone that's going to get into our commission in the city level, because here's just my opinion on the city, is the city is going in a good direction. They are growing. They're doing a strategic growth. They're building infrastructure. They're doing all the right things. Having a commission that can help continue that move, because we have Gary Hardicker's been there for a long time, so now he's moving on. So we want people to come into the commission that understand what's been going on in the community, not just suddenly, I want to now get involved and I'm gonna like different pages or be whatever. I like when I look at things, I look at how long have you been involved in what's going on. It's hard to just jump right into being a leadership in politics and not have been involved. And you've been involved, and that's one thing that I've seen.
I have, and sometimes the tough part is I'm not from the city of Alachua. I haven't been there for 20 years. When I do things, I do them because I want to do them. It's something that I'm interested in, or it's something that I'm passionate about. So, although for my personal friends, I'll put stuff out there, but I'm not really the person just to be like, hey, look at me.
Yeah.
This is, I'm doing this or I'm doing that. So, which, in this case, could be a negative. So, now I'm trying to get out and talk to people who may not have ever met me, maybe see me around. Typically, I have a big old beard, and so I shaved it down to try to make myself
look a little more,
yeah.
At least it used to be. It's usually longer.
Yeah,
That's good. Trim it. Keep it like that.
Well, yeah.
Your wife will be happy.
Yes, she does not like it. My daughter, on the other hand, she was not happy that I shaved, but got to do what we got to do. But yeah, so I want to continue to be involved, and with the commission. It gives me an opportunity and opens up a lot of doors to just continue doing more work, for the community, and that's ultimately what the goal is to be there for them and listen and make sure to communicate the things that are going on in the city, because if you don't know about it,
you don't know.
Did it really happen?
Yeah, I mean, I think a good thing is, you've talked about that, is helping with the outward communication to the community of, like, I think there's things that, because I know a lot of them, I know things that are happening, but some people that don't know, you just don't know that there's like a lot of things happening in Alachua that they just don't understand. So I think you're really wanting to, you've been telling me about that you want to get that out there so people understand this happened, this happened, this happened. We're working on this. What's your input on this? That kind of stuff, and trying to get engagement.
Correct. And, like you said, the city's going in a great direction. Any commissioner will tell you, is everything good? Yes. Is everything great? Yeah, it's really great. Can things be improved? Sure. They're
always,
they're open for suggestion. And it kind of, with Gary stepping down, outside of Ben, I don't remember the last time of somebody really stepping down, because everybody else has been there for quite a while.
Yeah, and Ben was he was great. And Ben, because his brother was promoted to city manager, when Adam Bakari is running an amazing operation, and now he's got Kamal there. And so, both of the assistants are helping out amazingly. Yeah. So they're doing a great job. So Ben, he said, I will step back to let him be promoted. And then Ben's running a very successful real estate company now in town, which is doing really well over there in Turkey Creek. Yeah. And so, it's Gary stepping down just opens that up, because you weren't planning to run like against an incumbent here, because you've been saying
correct. Yeah,
you like them.
Yeah. I mean, I like everybody. Yeah. When I actually ran back in 2017, I've been here 2 years. Really, I didn't really honestly think I had a chance to win, but I knew if I did that would help get my name out there a little bit more. And once that ended, that's when the real work started. That's when I met with every single commissioner. I've got great relationships with all of them, and which is going to make it easier, for me, when I do win, to be able to forge ahead and implement things and help. But I thought about running, and I heard some rumblings, and I had breakfast with Gary. We sat down and I talked to him and wanted to see what his intentions were, because I didn't want to run against an incumbent. But I also knew, once he told me that his plans were to step down, that seat would be wide open. So, it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a task.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's some good. I mean, there's 3 candidates running, and all good people. But I feel what I like about you, and why I wanted you to come on the show and talk to you a little bit, is just to let people know that you've been involved for a long period of time, and so you got your finger on the pulse. You know what's going on. You've been doing things. You're going to listen. You're going to you have some good ideas on improving with the communication, and I think you add value to this commission seat. And so, I mean, those are things that I think that you're bringing to the table. This just me talking on personal opinion.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't disagree with you. It's that you just shut up and listen and be involved. And we're working with Irby Elementary PTA. I'm president this
Yeah,
year, and
yeah.
we're actually working with Latch Elementary. Ended up forming a PTA, and we're going to be working together to.
They did.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
you're doing great with the Irby one, by
yes,
the way.
well, I was set up very nicely, but we did, considering it was a COVID time, and the Irby's done an amazing job with having kids in school and not having outbreaks and issues. So I mean, really big round of applause to them, because I've heard of very few instances, and they've just been doing
Good.
a wonderful job. But so we want, because they're both elementary schools.
Yeah.
So we're gonna work together and take the children and parents from all the way from
Irby over.
yeah, from pre-K to all the way
Yeah, for
through.
those who don't know, there's Irby Elementary
Mm-hmm.
in Alachua, which is just kindergarten through second or first,
Second, but they also do pre-K too.
and they do pre-K. So it's the little guys, and then there is Alachua Elementary School, which takes the rest of elementary over, and then they go to Maine Middle School from there. So people get confused, like, wait, who's where? And then there's, of
Yeah.
course, Alachua Learning Academy, which is a charter elementary school, which is where our kids go. And so there's a couple of options right there.
Yes.
So, but I've seen what you've done. Just I'm going to toot your horn.
Go ahead.
I've seen what you've done with all the social media and everything, and the communication you've been pushing out with the Irby PTA. Yeah, I understand it was established, and it was going, not you didn't create it, but I never knew about it. And so what my point is with that is that's something you have told me that you'd like to help with the city on too.
Correct.
Is like creating that portal. So now I see things from Alachua or from Irby PTA all the time. And so I kind of know y'all have done this book fair, you've done this and that, and I know all these little things you're doing because you're good at getting that out there. So that's what you've told me. I feel the same. City has been working on trying to really get the information out, and so you have some ideas to help them even improve it even further.
Yeah.
Because the city's really trying to do a lot of things for our community. There's a lot going on, and I think if people really knew all the city was doing for them,
Yeah.
they would be even happier
Yeah,
about being in Alachua.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of different opinions, and that's the thing. They're doing so many wonderful things, and I have a hard time keeping up with it sometimes because I'm like, wow, okay, well we got this going on. Oh, we got this going on, and everybody's able to participate no matter where you're at, what you're nobody's being left out of these, especially Legacy Park.
Oh yeah, I mean Elliot Harris over there is Harris.
Yeah.
Elliot Harris over there is doing an awesome job. Kim Vermillion, she's doing a great job with event planning and stuff. And I mean, they got a good crew.
Yeah.
But they get so busy in getting it done and executing on it, then they get it all put together, and someone may not know it's actually going on. And so I think the MAM event's gonna be nice. This is the first one, and it's an interesting thing that they're doing. And MAM means March, April, May. Some people are thinking I've had people, is that a women's event? MAM, what's that mean?
No, March, April,
So, but the branding is March, April, May. So it's March, April, May concert series. And you can see the Southern Rock and Country one, and actually they've asked us to do a live stream from behind the scenes there.
Oh, nice.
So Elio, by the way.
Yeah. What you doing?
we need to set up to do a behind the scenes stream from there. So just see, I gave you lots of notice on this one, so we can make it happen. But that's going to be a great event and stuff. But having you come on to be able to let people understand what you're going to do for the commission, I think is important. I think people need to know the election. Normally local elections don't get a lot of result. What, 13% of people come out?
11 to 13 has been pretty consistent. I would say the last 3-4 elections. So everybody got fired up for the national election. So we know you're registered, and you get involved in the community. I mean, it's these things do affect you one way or another, whether it's through utilities or infrastructure. I get a lot of people when I say I'm running for commission. They say, "Oh, Alachua County." Like, no.
They misconstrue that.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot city of Alachua.
Yes.
commission seat. And, I've seen it where you've been going to meetings where no one else is going to meetings. And, where you're the guy there in the audience and, to commit. So that's the other thing I've seen you do, has been involved doing that.
Yeah, I try to make as many meetings as I can. Sometimes with 5 children, it's not too easy, and then people say, "Well, with the kids, how are you going to make every meeting?" Like, don't worry,
work
that
out.
I got that under control. But to stay in contact with our current commission and say, hey, I saw the agenda, what's going on, what happened, and again, they are very approachable, very easy to talk to. Nobody should have, if you have a question, they're going to answer it for you. They will talk to you. So, set up an appointment. And I'll be the same way. I'll be very open. I'm self-employed. I'm during the day, I'm wide open. So, if you want to meet, if you want to talk, if you want to vent, if you want to go have lunch, whatever, just.
Yeah, you're not pulled away on a job to work.
Correct.
During the day, you're open to be focused as a commissioner.
Correct.
And be able to talk and be able to talk about issues and bring that to the forefront.
Correct.
And be engaged with the community and bring, we were talking about some things on the way here and just talking about different things that you can just bring in. And something I'm going to say before we run out of time, as you were, when you were chairman of the Parks and Recs Committee, one thing I think that was really cool that you did, and tooting your horn again, is the Parks and Rec Committee met probably every quarter, right? Quarterly?
Every quarter.
Quarterly meetings are useless and completely a waste of time. I'll tell you that right now because I've been in thousands of meetings and thousands of that kind of stuff and boards. If you're on a quarterly meeting, nothing happens because you can't, by the time you talk about it, you never had time to execute anything. So you shifted that to a monthly meeting where you'll get started getting things done. And I think you do a couple where it was a little shorter period of time, but you guys actually accomplished a lot because all of a sudden you shifted gears and.
Correct. We wanted to make our boards relevant, and we want the people that are appointed to these boards by the commission. We want them to not just be somebody sitting there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You make them feel like they're making decisions and helping out too. So. We're going to work with all of our boards and help get them relevant and help get more people to attend.
Yeah, the boards bring recommendation to the commission, so you can get involved that way if you're in Alachua. I hear our rollout music.
Uh-oh.
We have 2 minutes.
We may have to do another show. I don't think we've.
We can,
you and I talking.
Yeah, we can sit around and talk. We can get a couple other people from Alachua on here. Start just rolling.
Oh man,
have a whole conversation.
Well, this was very, very fun, man. I really appreciate you having me on here. And once again, April 13th.
April 13th.
You pull if you don't feel like, or if you don't feel comfortable going to the polls, you can request your absentee ballot from the city. You can call the city, speak with the deputy clerk, and she will get that to you.
Boom.
There you go.
I made it this time. Usually he has to roll me out.
Oh, okay.
And I wanted to kind of plan on this. I heard the music. I listened this time. So Elia's proud of me today. I know he's proud of me today. So, I'm glad you came on, though. I think everyone in Alachua, go to your Facebook page and find out more about you. Gary Kocher.
Gary Kocher for City of Alachua, seat 5 is KOCHER. It's right there on the screen for you.
Not Kocher.
Not Kocher. We're not even going to discuss that. But yes, please go on, and give me a shout if you have any questions that I can answer, or if you want to meet, I'll be more than happy to.
Absolutely. And if you're in Fort White tonight, come see us play T-ball.
Is it in Fort White?
It's in Fort White.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's in Fort White.
I thought it was in High Springs.
See what I'm saying?
This is the things we go through.
This is what we do. So we drive my wife nuts. So she's the organizer of a lot of stuff, and we're busy just getting those kids all over the place.
Yeah.
So yeah. So come see us.
Yeah.
We're gonna be playing even if it's raining, as long as it's not thundering and lightning. We play in the rain.
Oh, we're gonna do it.
Yeah. So
and all that fun stuff we were talking about earlier. Oh my gosh, if it's muddy and wet,
gotta see it. It's
a treat.
It is a disaster on the field. If you want to, you got to come see 2 guys that have no idea what they're doing coaching kids. If you want entertainment, come on up there and bring popcorn.
We're gonna have a good time.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right.
We are out.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Joe.
Thanks for another awesome show. Good deal.